Hi huns, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we will be chatting it up on some women issues and things that we have and things that I've been going through, as well as getting this nice glam blue look. So if that's something that you're interested in, then stay tuned. Hey hun, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I have not primed my face yet like normal. Today I wanted to show you how I go through that process in doing all of that. So I am going to take the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer and prime my face with this. You don't need a lot of. And yes, I still kept it in the box. I thought the box was cute, so I keep it. It looks like this. And a little, trust me, goes a long way. So it comes like with this little chip. And I normally scrape it up until, not even all the way up until the line. I normally take this little bit amount to put on my face. Because again, a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. I totally wish though I would have brought the trial size of this instead of the big size. But hey, whatevs. So I literally place this all over my face and I rub it in. And this is like a blurring smoothing primer. Well, that's pretty good. I like it a lot. And I leave that. And then you guys know I am super oily, so I take what I have been doing. I either take my Becca primer or I take literally Milf Of Magnesia. A lot of people do it, and surprisingly it works. I don't take a lot. I just shake it up really good, and I take one of these little sponges. I normally pour a little bit inside the cap, dab my little sponge in there, and I only put it in my T-zone area. So right here gets super oily, so I put it here. Same with the other side. Put it here. My nose, of course. Dab a little bit here. That is oily. Put it by my brows because that, for some apparent reason, that area gets oily too. Don't ask me why. And around my mouth area. And you'll see that's going to start turning white soon. So while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to take the spoolie on the back of this brush and brush up my brows. So I've been trying out different ways to do my videos. I don't know if you guys have seen, like I had one that was just music playing and then I was just getting ready. And then the chit chat get ready with me videos, which I have been liking. So I think I'm still going to do like a combo of the two depending on how the recording day goes. But I figure when I am talking that we can talk about topics, like a lot of topics us women like to talk about, or that we don't talk about enough, rather. Women and moms in general. Like I know sometimes as a mom and as an adult, like if you don't already have a good set of friends and have a friendship established, like, you know, sometimes you like to have a community of women that you can talk to. And that is one of my #1 goals to build on this channel. That was one of the main reasons why I started my channel to begin with, was like to have a place where us mom and women to go to, like laugh, cry, relax, you know, talk about stuff that not a lot of people talk about. And I'm just going to start with my brows. One being, this week I was feeling very like goal driven. I went back in my agenda looking at the goals that I had placed for myself, what I could do to change to make some more of those goals be accomplished for the year. And as well as, you know how sometimes, I know we say that it's not good to compare yourself to others, but sometimes you do. Like if we're all honest with ourselves, we look at one another. We look at one another's success and we see, you know what, hey, I want to be here. And that honestly is the worst thing we could possibly do. Like, now I'm to the point where, you know what, okay, focus on you and your goals, and like stop, like cheer the other person on, so to speak. And it's not that I wasn't happy for, you know, the people that I look up to. Of course, like, I'm happy for them, but it's just like, okay, what could I do differently? Somewhat of a like self-evaluation period, so to speak, which aren't bad in my opinion, but you know, it can get a little overwhelming if you're not doing it properly, so to speak, because then you can sink into sort of kind of a jealous moment, like, okay, I'm not there, I want to be there type thing. So I shook myself real quick. But another thing that happened to me this week that made me like I was telling Greg, that it like not shook me, so to speak, but it like made me think like, dang, that is true. So like something was happening at work, and I was talking to another woman, and you know, she was just like, some things had happened and transpired or whatever, and then she was just like, you know, I try my best not to be negative or, you know, in a funky mood, but she's like, you guys have no idea what I go through, and it's hard. Like, every day is, you know, a struggle, and I try my best to, you know, do the best that I can. And when she said that, like, I'm not even lying to you, like, I felt like I had a not a outer body experience, but it made me step back to think like, dang, you know, like, not dang, like, dang, oh my gosh, she's going through all this. Of course, like, you feel bad, but, and we didn't even discuss the details of everything that she's going through, but just, you can tell, like, she wasn't putting on for nobody, or you could tell that she wasn't, like, expecting pity for anyone. Like, she was literally being transparent, and she was just like, yo, every day is a struggle. You guys have no idea, but I'm trying my best. Like, you don't know that the little things that you say to me, from time to time, like, it helps me. And I'm just like, wow, like, it wasn't a dang, like, I'm happy I'm helping somebody moment, but it just made me think like, yo, you really don't know what other people are going through. Like, you have no idea. Like, you may think, or we can all pass judgment and be like, dang, this person is so negative, or dang, this person is so this and so that. And it's just like, sometimes, now granted, I'm not saying everybody that's negative and everybody that's going through that's like a negative Nancy is going through something and it's just like so devastating. Not saying that, because some people are just, you know, they could have a good day and they're still negative. But I'm talking about, you know, the women or the people that legit are going through. And it is a battle, like an internal battle within themselves to have a good day, to be happy, and to have a normal day. And that, to me, like, that's what shook me. Like, I had thought about it all day, came home, and I thought about it when I went to bed, and I woke up with it on my mind, and it just made me like check myself and be like, okay, like, you don't know how what you does affects somebody, whether it be good or bad, whether you're giving an encouraging word, whether like out of nowhere you feel like giving somebody a hug and you hug them and it changes their day. But it just made me think like, yo, in all honesty, I don't know what my fellow coworker, or, you know, if they're not my friend and if they're not a close friend to me and we're not talking about it and, you know, helping and lifting each other up, and it's just somebody that I just so happen to have contact with on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, you honestly don't know what that person is going through. Like, you don't know what another individual is encountering at home. You don't know whether they come in with a smile or not, or whether they're always happy. You just honestly never know. And that made me like step back, and I was like, crap, like I don't like. And not only that, like then it draws a question of, you know, I pray to God this never happens, but if that person were to ever harm themselves, or, you know, like you don't want to be a part of why they're sad or why they're struggling with whatever they're struggling with. Because guys, mental health, like we said this before, I've said this before on my channel, I know other people have said it, and it is very evident on the news. If you don't watch the news, like it is very evident in the world today that mental health problems is for sure a thing. Like people really have problems and issues, and it's not to say, you know, that something's wrong with that person, or, you know, they're not a nice human being, but like it's real. And I for one don't want to be a part of the problem that, you know, pushes them further into that funk, or in that hole, or in that dark place, you know, because I was so wrapped up in my own thing that I couldn't be aware like that something was going on, or, you know, how could I help? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, how could I help, or how could I make their life easier, even if it's for a second or for that minute? Like, even if, you know, they have to go home and still deal with whatever they're dealing with, how can I make their time with me better than, you know, what they're going through? How can I help alleviate that issue where, you know, they're not thinking about what they're going through while they have an encounter with me, like whatever it may be, whether it's a small conversation, whether it's a long hour conversation. Like, how can I make that time, you know, better for them? And it just made me think, and like had to check myself in a way to make sure, like, you know, like, yeah, we all go through stuff, but that doesn't mean that, you know, we treat someone else bad because we're going through something. Because in all honesty, hurt people, but we got to stop it at some point. Like, we have to make that difference. And just because, you know, the saying goes, hurt people, we don't have to be those people that hurt other people. We could just, you know, want to do better. And then the fact that we want to do better, it changes it. Like, I'm constantly feeling like, and I constantly pray and worry that, you know, I want to be that change that I want to see in the world, you know? So I always see it as, how can I do better? Like, if I want somebody to be nice or be positive or treat other people with kindness, I got to make sure that I'm doing it myself. You know what I mean? Like, I got to make sure that I'm practicing what I preach, so to speak. I didn't know another way to say it, but I needed to make sure that, you know, I'm leading by example. There you go. Like, I'm not saying one thing and doing another. Like, I'm not saying, hey, let's be positive, and, you know, I'm constantly thinking negative, or I'm constantly like treating people bad that had, you know, that I had no reason to treat bad. Like, I just want to make sure that, you know, that I change people's lives. And not even to say that, you know, you don't want to, you don't want to, how do I explain that? Like, it's not to say that you want to do it just to get recognition. I'm taking my P.Louise makeup base to prime my eyelids. So it's not that you're doing it for it, but it's just like, so you know, you want to leave I want to be able to say that, you know what, yeah, I had my own trials and tribulations, but I didn't let whatever I was going through dictate how I treat people. I'm just going to warm up that makeup base on my hand. Like, no, that doesn't give us the right to treat people bad at all. You know, be nice. Treat one another nice. That's literally all I want. Like, kids don't grow up knowing, to me, and this is my opinion, everybody's entitled to their own, But kids don't grow up being racist or being bullies. They do what they see. They had to have been shown or taught that, you know what I mean, or are going through something, but they would have had to seen it in order for them to apply it, if that's what I'm trying to say. I hope I'm explaining that properly. But you know, so I want to be that change that I want. Like, I want to be that example for my child and for other people that may not have that example. Like, hey, we ain't got to be this way. We don't have to stoop down to other people's levels. Like, you know, be that light. That's what I constantly, and I'm big on. Like, I haven't been doing it lately, which I know I need to. I'm trying to reposition myself and think, but you need that quiet time, that meditation time, that alone time to be with your thoughts and be with your feelings. So because I mean, if you don't give yourself that personal time, you don't know how you feel. You're all confused. Like, sometimes I tell Greg, he be like, you don't know what you want. And I'm like, nope, I am so undecisive. And if you don't give yourself that time to know what you want, your feelings, and because sometimes us women, we crazy. Like, I tell people that all the time. I tell AJ that a lot. I'm like, your mama crazy. And not to say like crazy in a weird way, but it's just like, little boy, don't try me. But it's like, you gotta give yourself time to, be real with yourself, honest with yourself, and get to know how you feel. Get in your feelings and know your feelings and be okay with, your feelings. Another thing that I noticed, I am getting old. And it's not to be funny, like, I know we all say it, but I thought people were lying when they say, oh, when you get in your 30s, your body starts to change. They not lying. Yes, your body does start to change, but I've also learned that it's our responsibility to, not only adjust to the change, but like, learn ways to make it work. So this new kick that I've been on, if you've been to my channel before, that me and Greg have been working out consistently. Thank the Lord for that. But yeah, so we've been, getting back to trying to be a little healthy. So today I'm gonna take the Doseofcolors Baked Browns little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna start the look off with that. So in working out and being in a good space, we were reading. I kept coming across the importance of stretching, which, for one, I knew for a fact before I hit my 30s that yoga and stretching. I'm gonna take the color Deserted, which is this one, right? This one right here. Yes, I think I want to take that one. No, I think I'm gonna take Outdoorsy, which is the next one next to it. So I knew before I hit my 30s that stretching was good. Well, yoga, so to speak, which is a form of stretching, was good for you, because all the back pains that I've ever had, every time I took yoga, it alleviated them. So I knew for a fact it was good. But when I tell you, lately I have been seeing how it is important to stretch on a daily basis. OMG, the difference that you see when you stretch. And it's not to say that like you're stretching because you want to be a freaking gymnast. No, like, just pure stretching your muscles. I was reading an article, The Benefits of Stretching. Like, if you Google it, a whole bunch of articles will pop up, and like studies that they say on why it's important to stretch and like warm up your muscles and stretch. But like, I feel a complete difference. I'm not as tight. Like, my body doesn't ache. Like, legit, it's for real. That looks pretty nice. That's a nice little brown transition. And I think I want to go with this other brown, which is cherry wood, but I'm afraid because I want to do blue. So, all right, yes, so cherry wood. Cherry wood is what I'm going to take. And it's a little darker than this one, and I'm going to go in that same area and just darken this up. Yep, I'm glad I did it. I was a little nervous, but it works. And by the way, I used that same brush. It was a Morphe brush. It was in that eye collection, so, oh, crud. But we're going to take that same color and just darken that area up a little bit. But yeah, so that's what I've been learning. And if anybody else like knows that or you see, let me know in the comment section. Like, did your body change, or do you feel your body changing since you've been like in your 30s, or since you got older? Not only in your 30s, but like since you've gotten older, have you felt the change in your body? The change, like they say. Not that big change, but a change in your body. Like, of course, you don't feel as young as you used to, but like, explain to me what's the change. Like, and then at that point, like, how are we gonna keep giving each other tips to stay young and fabulous? And, you know, not stay young because we ain't trying to act like we're 21, but, you know, to be the best versions of ourselves in the stages that we're in at the moment. I like that. That's what I meant. To be the best version of ourselves in the stage that we're currently in. So I'm going to blend that out some more. And like I mentioned in my last video, it's the blending that counts. So just going to keep blending away. And then eventually I want to take, but I'm not sure if I want to take a brown or a black, because you know black can get real crazy real quick, but we'll see. Let's see what colors we have here, because the other color is like a Vavoom color, the blue that I'm going to put on the lid. So let's see what we're going to use. Today I'm trying to use the Too Faced Best Year Ever 2018 palette. I showed this in my palette collection video. And I haven't really used, you know, if you follow me, you know that I haven't really used this a lot. But we're going to see if we can use it today. I think I want to take, I mean, it is blue, like the blue that I'm going to use on the lid, like I'm going to show you. And if you've seen my swatch video, then you know this blue is like very vibrant. So I'm going to take this blue on the lid today. But I'm trying to see if I want to, you know, gradually put some blue right under these guys. Let's see this Christmas Carol color. Oh yeah, I can do this Christmas Carol color. So I think I want to use this same brush, but I think I don't. I think I want to give this a rest. I think I'm taking this Morphe M501 brush, which is a little fluffier than, no, that'll be messy. I'm glad I did that because that would have been a catastrophe. I think I want to take this M433 Morphe brush. Let me see how it looks. My normal brushes that I'm used to are all currently dirty. So I'm cracking open the brushes that I haven't used to see if they'll get the job done. This is not a blending brush, but I think it's going to do what I need it to do. So I want to go inside the color Christmas Carol. And I literally like tap this much on the brush. Not a lot because this is a dark color. But not only that, like I don't want to screw this up. And I'm just going to place it right in my crease area. Just so, you know, it'll transition from, yeah, I'm glad I did that way. I'm going to put it in the crease area of these two. And then I'm going to use that that fat blending brush that I didn't use before to blend it out. But I'm going to just place it in a crease how much I want. And then I'm going to use that blending brush to blend it out. So the blue and that, my two transition colors will blend in nicely. Which I don't, let's see. I don't think this is getting it how I want it to get it. I think it is too fluffy, so I'm going to find... I think this will do it, but... yeah, this is a Morphe, another no number brush, but I'm going to blend that out. Yep, it's getting in there. And I think I'm going to alternate in between this brush and this one. Because if I need to add more blue, I'll add it with this brush. But this one, I'm not putting no product on it. I'm literally using it to blend out that color so it could blend in with the other two colors that I used. So I'm literally just blending away. And if I need to add more blue, I add more blue. So the blue that we're going to use on the lid will blend in nicely. So I literally just took a little bit more and popped it in my crease. And then I'm going to take the other brush that has no product on it and just blend away. And that is blending. Like, I don't know if can you see that? It's blending very nicely. So it'll be a nice transition to that pop of blue. Which I'm trying to decide, because when I swatched it on my arm when I did the unboxing, it did not need a primer whatsoever. So I'm trying to decide if I want to like prime my eyelids over again or put a base just so it could grab onto it. I probably will put a black base just so that blue can pop, or my P.Louise makeup base just so that blue could pop. So I'm doing the exact same thing I did with the other eye and just blending away. So once we add the pop of blue, it will look nice. But yeah, ladies, like, I just wanted to sit and talk with you guys and like let you know that, you know, one, that us as women, we're not alone. I think because we're portrayed to, or we think, one, I know we are our worst critic. We think that we need to have everything together and everything has to be perfect, which I'm starting to learn. Because yes, I am still learning that, you know what, everything's not going to be perfect. One, I have to be patient with myself. And then two, you know, I have to celebrate small victories where I'm at. So that is one thing I am consistently learning at the moment. And I like the way that blended out. And then two, it's just that we need to learn how to support one another. If we're not honest with ourselves and honest with one another, to be like, dang, like, you'll be surprised, which I shock myself all the time, that once you like open up and you be like, you know what, I'm going through this, like, your friend will be like, girl, I'm going through the same thing. And then, you know, once you feel that release, because you're like, dang, like, there's somebody else going through the exact same thing that I'm going, and then you guys have each other to lean on, you're just like, dang, then at this point, why did I, you know, sit by myself and go through this by myself this entire time when you could have had a support system? So you will be shocked to know, like, how many people are going through the exact, and I mean the exact same thing we are going through. You'll be surprised and shocked, because trust me, I was surprised and shocked. Right now I'm taking that P.Louise Base and just, I'm not a pro at cut creasing, but I'm trying to cut it a little bit. so to speak, where I'm at, so I can lay that blue eyeshadow down. So literally, I'm weird, but I have to hold my eyelid. So yeah, you'll be shocked to know how many people are actually going through what you're going through. So don't be afraid to be honest with yourself and with the people that you trust. Now, I'm not saying, let me clear this up, I am not saying go on and tell the whole world all your business. No. What I am saying is the people that you know you can trust, don't be afraid to share if you legit have a problem and you're going through something. Because that's ultimately what friends are for. Like, your friends are there to support you through the good and through the bad. And sometimes as women, myself included, we forget that. We're so programmed to be in competition with one another that we forget, like, that's not what sisterhood and that's not what, you know, friendships are about. It's about being there for one another, lifting each other up when you're down, you know? And that, to me, is what's important the most. Like, we're not here to judge one another, because by all means, none of us is perfect. But, you know, if we're all going through the same thing, we could be a supportive ear to one another. And we can be like, hey, you know what? I've been through this before. This is what I did. Or, girl, you know what? I tried this. This didn't work, but this did work. Or sometimes, you know, it's not even to give each other an answer to the problem. It's legit just to have somebody to talk to. Literally. Sometimes we just want somebody that's gonna listen. In all honesty. If we're all honest with each other. It's literally just to have somebody to listen. And we can all benefit from that. So, I say, let's beat the odds and be there for one another. Because if we all are supportive and we're there for one another, imagine what change that would be in our lives and alone. Or imagine, what difference we would teach the kids coming up. Like, literally, imagine what difference it'll make in so many people's lives. I feel like it would make a huge difference, and I feel like we could just all benefit from it. Even if, it changes no one else's lives. The fact that it'll change ours and put us in a better place, that's what counts. That is what matters. That's what counts. And I'm literally just patting that base in so it can dry. So I can that actually came out pretty good, if I do say so myself. Like, it not only to me, I'm like, even if, because I'm gonna practice what I preach, or, live by example. So even if it doesn't help nobody else, like, it's gonna help me. Shoot. In all honesty, it is going to flip and help me. So I'm trying to decide if I should use this one or this one. I feel like this one, I should use this one because I don't want this to get out of hand. So I am going to take my Doseofcolors Desi and Katy Round 2 collection palette. This is a beautiful palette. And I'm going to go in with this color here. Yeah, so like, even if it doesn't, help nobody else, shoot, it's going to help me. That blue is just gorgeous. It's coming on as a purple, but it is blue. It's blue. I feel like it works better with my finger. Oh, maybe not. I gotta pat it on there. There we go. This color and two other colors, like the shimmer colors, the bright shimmer shot colors. That is what made me buy this palette. Not even gonna lie. The other colors I didn't too much care for, but these, I was just like, oh Lord, I can't pass this up. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, I like it. So yeah, that's just where my head's been at. Let me know if any of you ladies feel the same way. Like, I like talking to you guys in the comment section. Literally, like, I just like meeting new people and talking to people. So, let me know. Alright. So we have that on. And I'm literally gonna take that same blending brush that I had that had nothing on it when we blended out that other blue, and I'm just gonna go in the crease and blend that out again, just so everything is seamless and we can get out of hand with the blue. That's nice. I feel like I want to add a little black to the outer just to smoke it out a little bit, which we all know black can get a little bit crazy. So yes, perfect brush. I'm gonna use this Morphe M330 brush, and I'm gonna go back into this Too Faced palette, and I'm gonna use the black color Black Tie, and I'm literally just tapping that in, tapping off the excess, and placing it right in the corner, like dabbing it right there, and then come on, smoke it out just a little, and I'm gonna bring it down a little too. A little here. Put it there. Bring it a little. And just blend away. Yeah, that darkened it up just a little bit. I don't want it to be too smoky, because it is the daytime, but I did want it to be a little vavoom. Today I'm using the Dior Forever 24-Hour Full Coverage. It says Dior Skin Forever Undercover 24-Hour Wear Full Coverage Fresh Weightless Foundation. High pigment water based. So this I don't use a lot of because I feel like it's sort of kind of orangey, but I love that it has a dropper. So I'm literally gonna drop one squirt, literally, on the back of my hand, and I am going to take my favorite brush here. I'm trying to see if I should take another brush just to spread it out on my face, because I don't want to use my finger at the moment. But yep, I found it. Gonna use this brush. I believe I ordered this off of Amazon. Gonna take it, pounce it in there, and just place it all over my face. I think I may need one more squirt of this, but we will see. Let's see. I'm going to start blending that out. And this foundation oxidizes. So it first looks super orange when I put it on. Similar to what the ColourPop one does to me. But then eventually once it sets in, it is a perfect match. So I literally did one more little squirt. It was smaller than the first one. And I'm gonna just dab it in the areas I feel like need a little more coverage. I feel like those areas needed a little more, which technically the under eye area, I'm more so worried about the nose, but the under eye area not so much because we're gonna put concealer there. So I technically could have left it alone, but what else? Gotta make sure the forehead is good. And I'm just buffing that out as per usual. Once I'm done buffing out with that, you guys know I like to take my Morphe E31 brush, no product on it, and just go over and buff everything out. Make sure it's blended well, so that I do like to do. So the concealer that I am going to use, I took out my Born This Way concealer in Chestnut, which I have been loving so far. Whee! I'm dropping stuff today. I don't know what's the problem. And I'm going to take that all across here. And I'm gonna do a little down here. I'm going to do a little up here. And I'm gonna take it down the bridge of my nose. And then I am also going to add the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Deep. I just like to do this because I feel like this one is a little bright. Oh, it's not brighter. It normally is brighter than all of them, but this one is actually a little darker than this one. Well, I gotta do it to this eye. Alright, time to pat, pat, pat away. Make sure you blend that out really, really well. I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Alright, so now, by the way, I brought a little container, so I mixed up my little concoction there, which is nothing but my Laura Mercier translucent powder and my Sascha Buttercup powder. So I had put the little sifter thing on here, which I forgot that I did not want to do. Let's see if I could pull it out. So I'm going to take this instead of my normal powder, and I'm just going to press that. I mean, instead of the normal sponge, and I'm going to press that under my eye. Put it right under there. Let's put a little bit there. Yep. I know it looks crazy, but it's going to all come together. Taking now my Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in Earth. And time to contour this face. Can't forget the forehead. Cannot forget the forehead. Not on this forehead. Take my Real Techniques brush and buff those areas out. And I'm literally just blending all of that out to warm my face back up from all that powder. And I like to just take a little of the powder and clean up under here. I'm going to take that brush, since I'm just going to blend out the harsh edges from where I highlighted. And see, it looks like I contour my nose, but I really didn't put no foundation in. Alrighty, then we are going to take the Black Up Contouring Powder to just set where I put that stick foundation. I was looking for this brush. Just gonna set those areas because you don't want it to move. And now since that's done, I'm gonna wipe away this excess powder, which most of the time, most of it has sipped into my skin already, so still looks kind of light. But what I am going to do is today I wanted to try I have this in my little collection, I haven't tried it, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 360. I'm gonna just take that and pat it all over my face. And then I think with the blue, I'm gonna go back to the eyes. Let me close this powder up before it gets all over the place. I think I'm going to take that blue that we had put in the crease and just smudge that a little bit underneath my eye. So I'm going to take that same brush that we had the black with. I'm just going to dust it off a little bit and take that Christmas Carol color and right underneath my eye with it. That is pretty, that's a nice color. So I'm going to take my Caudalie Beauty Elixir. You guys know I like to do this to get that powdery look off my face. I'm going to take that same fluffy brush and just pat everything in so it stays in place. I'm just going to go over it with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, which is practically gone. I've hit pan already. I'm just literally scraping the sides to set that as well. Alright, then I'm going to take my handy dandy blush kit by Anastatsia Beverly Hills, and I want to keep it sort of kind of neutral since the eyes is doing a lot. And I'm going to take that, what is this, chocolate color, this one here, and that's going to be my blush for today. I'm going to take this Morphe brush, don't ask me what number it is because it's another one of those that don't got a number, and I'm going to take that color and smile in. Yep, it's a nice color. It's not doing too much. Not at all. I think I want to take dusk, a little dust too, and add it on there. Yep. I like that. And then today's highlighter is from that Doseofcolors Desi and Katy Round 2 collection in Chasing the Sun. I swatched this on my Instagram as well. And it's a very pretty color. I'm going to take my small fan brush, not the big one that I normally take, this small one here. And I'm going to chase the sun. There we go. Because I don't, this is like that MAC one that you can do some damage with it if you know, you can go a little overboard, but it is very nice highlighter. And then I'm gonna dot my nose, bridge my nose, dot, dot, dot. Alright, so I am going to put on some mascara to prep my eyelashes for falsies. And then before I do my lips, which I'm going to go with the nude lips since the eyes are a lot, I'm going to put glue on the lashes beforehand. For the sake of the video, because I know it's long, I'm going to do my lashes off camera. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have put my lashes on and I just literally took a black liner and lined my waterline, which was underneath up at the top. So now I'm going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics lip pencil in True Brown K. You guys know this is practically the only brown lip liner I use. And I am going to line my lips. And of course, I like to fill it in a little bit. I'm only filling it in this much because we are going in with the nude lip. And the two colors I am going to be mixing today is MAC's Matte Velvet Teddy and Doseofcolors Truffle. I couldn't make up my mind which one I wanted, so I said I'll put both. So, and I'm just like to fill that in. That's Velvet Teddy. And block my lips. And I look to mesh my lips in to make sure the color and the lip liner got in, but I'm gonna go in with this pencil, this brush, and blend that in. And that's blended in pretty well. Then I'm gonna go in and take Doseofcolors Truffle and just literally put it right there in the middle. And they're practically the same color. There we go. So I am going to go put on my wig as per usual and come back and let you guys know how everything came together. Alright ladies, so this is the finished look. I think it came together pretty well. Considering it's bright. But it came together pretty well. I really like the color. Like I told you ladies before, this was one of the colors why I even purchased that Doseofcolor palette, because the color was just so vibrant and nice and I could not let it pass me by. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. It is a nice glam look. I like it. And yeah, I hope you ladies enjoyed it. And I hope you ladies also enjoyed the little chit chat. You know, us getting to know each other and some things that have been on my mind. I love talking to you guys. Like I said, if you guys have any comments on what we spoke about, you can just leave that in the comment section below. And until next time, huns, have a great day.